Namaste. Welcome to beginner yoga. So, today, find a space in your home where you can unroll your mats either indoors or outdoors and just be in this moment. Allow the outside world to escape and you just focus in on your needs in your practice today. So, we'll do a little bit of a shorter practice today. Um, so, Find a comfortable seated position. If you need to elevate your hips a little bit or provide sit on a block or anything like that, you can do that. A nice long spine. And we'll start with our hands at heart center in the first Yoga Sutra, which is Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Join in if you'd like. Atha Yoga Anushasanam. And please begin with join me in the sound and vibration of Om. Inhaling to prepare. Just allow the sound of Om to reverberate throughout your body. And leaving your hands at heart center, take a moment to create an intention for your practice, for your life, or for this moment. Hold that intention in your heart and then clear it from your mind as you either leave your hands at heart center or draw them along your sides, connecting thumb and forefinger. And just spend this time watching your breath, noticing how it comes in and out naturally without changing it. Allow your forehead to relax, eyes to close gently or to remain focused on one single point. Invite your top jaw to separate from your bottom jaw and your tongue to hang loose in your mouth. And if you haven't begun to do so naturally, beginning yogic breath, breathing in through the nose, allowing that air to travel deep into your belly, expanding your belly with air. As you exhale, collapsing your belly, inviting that air to travel up and gently out your nostrils. And just finding this rhythm. For your breath in this moment. As you allow waves of relaxation to start at the tip of your spine and gently travel down to the base of your spine. Connecting with your breath. You want to think about a calming mantra or a word that you can repeat in your head that brings you calm, a calm state and peace. Your mantra can be Om or any other word that just brings you peace and allows your mind to focus on this moment. And on your next inhale, gently roll your shoulders back and down as you lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, allow your chin to travel down toward your chest, crown of the head gently falling forward. Taking care to roll the shoulders back and down. On your next inhale, elevate the chin back to center. Exhale and elevate the chin up towards the sky. Crown of the head falls backwards. You want to put the bottom lip over the top lip, you can do that here. Exhale, drawing the chin back to center. Inhale to realign. And as you exhale, allow the right ear to hover over the right shoulder. Lengthening on the left hand side. If you want to place the right hand on the left ear, you can. Left hand can be by the side, under the thigh, or on the left clavicle, pulling opposite, gently tugging. On your next inhale, gently draw the chin back to center. As you exhale, allow the left ear to hover over the left shoulder. And replace your hands to where they were on the opposite side. Release your hand as you inhale back to center. If you need to switch which foot is in front, you can change that at any time. Placing the hands at heart center, inhale, the fingertips up to the sky, a little back bend. Exhale down with the right hand, tipping over with the left. Feeling length through the left hand side of the body. Reaching up towards the sky, both sides. Exhale down with the left hand. And tipping over to the left hand side. Inhale, reaching up towards the sky. And we're just going to sway back and forth a little bit. Maybe make a circle. Just draw one big circle all around you. I'm careful of the fire that is behind me. And then reversing direction. So we're just kind of getting into the low to mid back right now. And just kind of creating a little bit of heat. I hope you changed directions. I forgot to tell you that, but you may have seen me. So I'll just take a moment in case anybody needs to get both sides. So with our hands at heart center, we'll go ahead and lengthen our legs long in front of us. And I'll twist the side here. And find Dandasana, or staff pose. Placing the hands on the legs, engaging the hamstrings as you flex the ankles, flex the feet. Bring your gaze to your big toe. Inhale, the clasped hands up. Exhale, we're going to turn to the left to start. Just get a nice open twist. Think about being tall and twisty. So our shoulders are going to be nice and tall, elevating from the bottom rib cage. Now we'll swoop our arms up to the sky. Find a tiny back bend before we twist to the opposite side. Opening the heart to the opposite way. Reaching the fingertips up to the sky. Exhale and bow forward.
Are you talking to somebody?
Estoy haciendo un clase. And we'll just allow our head to hang forward. Flexing the feet, allowing the head to relax. Maybe shake it side to side and up and down. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and just bend the left foot. Inhale the arms up. We'll do now a closed twist. So just by bringing the leg up, we'll do a closed twist. Then we'll release, drawing the arms up to the sky. Switching, now we're going to lengthen with the left foot, twist to the right, closed twist. You want to go ahead and engage the left foot. So you've got a hamstring extension, that would be good. And then back to center. While we have one knee up, we'll put both knees up, place our hand behind us, and just do a little bit of windshield wipers, side to side, opening the hips. And from here, we'll bring the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana, nice long spine. Hands at heart center. Inhale, clasped hands up. Exhale, we'll bow forward, rounding the spine. Maybe shake your head from side to side if that feels good. It doesn't really matter how far down you go or how inward your heels are to your groin, if you want it to be more or less, depending on what is the state of your hips right now and what you need for your body. But just listening inward to what feels good for you is really important. You can also use a bolster here. If you want to just kind of lay on a bolster or a hard pillow or a couple of blocks. And sometimes just simply holding a full folding forward really helps to just passively create space in the hips. You can also come onto your fingertips if maybe you didn't want to be down that far. So all good options to you. We'll just walk our hands in towards the center. And before we bring our knees all the way up, we'll place our hands behind us again and just get those windshield wipers. And if you're windshield wiping and you want to cross your ankle over, you can do that. If that feels good. Do it on one side, make sure you do it on the other. All right, and then we'll bring the knees up. Okay, so swooshing our knees over to the side, let's get on up onto our hands and knees. Find our tabletop pose. Make sure we don't have any dips or bends. I'm going to actually pull my hair back so you can see what I'm doing here. So, nice long spine. Avoid the dips and bends like I just said. Imagine you're elevating from the top of the head and towards the base of the spine. So just taking out one deep belly breath in your tabletop pose. When you're ready, melt the heart forward. Shoulder blades come together. Last thing that comes up is the crown of the head for cat pose. If you like the bottom lip over the top lip, you can do that here. Exhale, round the spine. Allow the head to hang forward. Maybe shake the head from side to side or up and down. Inhale, melt the heart forward. Exhale and round the spine. Inhale, melt the heart forward. Exhale, last time rounding the spine. And then coming back to tabletop. And place our hands one hand length in front of us, maybe even two. And we'll shift our weight forward. And I'm still on my knees. I don't know if you can see that with the shadows. We're going to just do a little baby yoga push-up. So we're going to tighten through our core and lower down. Now, yoga push-up doesn't involve your elbows going out to the side. The elbows are actually in towards your body. So when you come down, you kind of hover and then come back up. This is a good way. I'm letting my knees come up behind, or feet come up behind me. If you want more core strength, you can push into the tops of your feet. All right, so a little baby yoga push-up, and then melt down into a child's pose, extended child's pose. So the wrist is aligned with our shoulders, shoulders align with our hips, hips align with the ankles. Maybe just allow your head to hang forward, or maybe you want some movement with your head and neck. You can also make your child's pose a little wider if you want to. Draw yourself closer to the earth. All of these are options for you. Now when you're ready, let's tuck the toes, elevate the hips, and very slowly, so just take your time, walking your dog all the way up into a downward facing dog. So take your time. Maybe you want to do some ankle circles. Maybe you just want to walk your dog, or you want to come onto your tippy toes and then back down on your heels. Whatever feels good for you. And take your time. It's your first downward dog of the day. So then we'll shift our weight to a plank pose, then lower down onto our knees. chest and chin. Inhale for cobra, baby cobra, or sphinx, whatever feels good for your lower back. And we're just going to hold that for a little minute. Connecting with your breath. We'll place our hands under our, what are those things called? Shoulders. Again, we'll tuck our toes. Press up into a plank pose. This time we're going to walk our plank. Arg. And then eventually we'll draw ourselves back to downward facing dog. Hooray. So this time it may feel a little bit better. You may want to just shake your yoga tail or continue to walk your dog or wipe some fuzzy thing off your pants. Not very mindful. All right, so from downward facing dog, we're going to walk our feet in between our hands and hang in Uttanasana or forward fold. From Uttanasana, you can grab opposite elbows. You can shift from side to side. Take care that you're not over tightening your hamstrings at this point, unless that feels good. Maybe you have super tight hamstrings, or maybe you have really loose hamstrings and it feels good to tighten them. So decide what works for you. And then very slowly, we're going to start to round our spine, one vertebra at a time. So coming back onto our mat, or just to a standing position, we'll place our hands at heart center. Inhale to clasp hands up over your head. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to the legs, flat back extension. Exhale, hands on either side of the feet. My feet are over here, so I'm going to put them here. Jumping back with the left foot, keeping the right foot forward. Inhale, the arms up to the sky, little back bend, warrior one. You can bring your arms behind you, just connect elbows behind you to open the heart. This is a good heart opener. You can also do this with your hands in cactus arms. So all of these are open to you. Staying strong with the lower body. Then we'll swoop our arms up and find ourselves in warrior two. So we've pivoted with the back foot, still finding a nice 90-degree angle with the front knee. Swooping that around, then both arms to the earth. We'll take the right foot, jump it to meet the left. You can do a vinyasa here if you want to come to downward facing dog and then plank and then cobra. You can do that, or you can just jump the left foot forward. Inhale, the arms up over the head. Warrior one. So we're pressing into both pinky toes. Why do I say the pinky toe? Because I want you to really grasp your mat with your toes. And by focusing on your pinky toe, you will by default engage the other toes. So we're squaring our hips forward since we're in warrior one. Arms are behind, or cactus arms, or wherever you decided you want your arms. We'll inhale, arms up, swoop them down for warrior two. This should feel really good on your open hips. Make sure the front middle finger is aligned with the back middle finger. Swooping the arms around and back to the earth. So if you wanted to do that vinyasa, you'd go to downward dog, then plank, then upward dog, and then find yourself back in downward dog. So here you can step or hop your feet forward. If you want to hang in Uttanasana, you can do that again. Forward fold. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. And then we'll swoop our hands up to the sky and back to Anjali Mudra. All right, so from our standing position, we'll spend just a moment to find a balance. So let's shift our weight. I have a wall right here. I'm gonna make sure I don't burn myself in this fire. So I'm gonna shift my weight to my right foot. We're just gonna do a simple tree. So rolling the shoulders back and down. I'm gonna make sure that the hips are in line with the shoulders, and we find a dristi, or a point of concentration, in front of us. Usually not down on the floor, and not anything that's moving around if we can avoid it. So we're rolling the shoulders back and down and placing our hands at heart center. In tree pose, you can either place your ankle, your heel just above your left heel just above your right ankle is an option. You can place the sole of your foot just under the knee, not on top. Or you can place it above the knee, or you can bring it here and hook it. You don't want a prize for wherever it's at. You can also use the wall like I'm doing right now, rolling the shoulders back and down, finding your dristi. You can place the hands at heart center, bring them over your head, you can grow your branches. These are all options to you, and you can always go back a step if you need to. Hold that tree as long as it feels good to you, and then when you come down, go ahead and kind of do some ankle circles, and then do the same balance on the opposite side. So you can still use your wall if you'd like. And you decide when it's time to come down. And then walk your knees out. Okay, so we'll work our way back onto the mat, placing our hands at heart center. Actually, just for fun, I'll do one sun salutation because we haven't done a sun salutation yet. So we'll place our hands at heart center. Inhale the clasped hands up, little back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to the legs, flat back extension. Exhale, hands on either side of the feet, jumping back the right foot, followed by the left. Now we're in a plank, lowering down, knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale for cobra, tucking the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jumping forward with the left foot, grab and drag if you need to, followed by the right. Reverse swan dive up to the sky. Exhale and hands to heart center. Other side, inhale the clasped hands all the way up, little back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to the legs, flat back extension. Exhale, hands on either side of the feet, jumping back with the left foot, followed by the right. Lowering down, knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale for cobra, tucking the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jumping forward with the right foot, followed by the left. Reverse swan dive. Exhale and hands to heart center. Excellent. So being outside, there are noises and things happen. You can say to yourself, this too I can allow. So we'll place our hands at heart center. Inhale the hands above our head, a little back bend. Circle the arms behind us. Start to bend the knees and find ourselves in a chair pose. Nice long spine. Lifting up from this bottom rib up to the sky. Strong legs. Aligned if you need to put a block between your knees. It's good for engaging the thighs. Circling all the way down to malasana or squat. Nice long spine if you can. And draw your heels as close to the mat as you can get them. If you need a little support, you can even curl your mat up a little bit. And give yourself a little bit of heel support, and that'll help you as you are lengthening your calf muscles to bring your heel closer. And then you'll just lower yourself onto the mat using your core all the way down. All right. So from here, now my mouth's all mushy. Okay. So I can't get my mat right again. Okay. So nice long spine. We'll lengthen our arms, rolling the shoulders back and down. See the length. Drawing the palms up towards the sky. Doing a modified boat pose here. So you feel you're rounding your spine. You are not anywhere close to a boat pose. So lengthen up from the top of the head. Engage the core. And you could just stay here. If you're like, eventually I'm going to get boat, but I don't feel like I'm there yet, you can be right here with your feet flat on the ground. And you'll get some core. You can also, if you're near a wall, you can put your feet on the wall. Nice lengthening of the spine. I don't have a wall that's going to work for right here, but you'll have a nice lengthening of the spine, and the wall, this imaginary wall I have here, will take the balance aspect out of it, but you'll still get some core strength as long as you roll the shoulders back and down. Then you can lengthen your legs all the way up and slowly lower yourself down to the earth. So once you find yourself on the earth, go ahead and draw the soles of the feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana. And if you want to add some sandbags or anything on your knees, if that, and the inner thighs, if that feels good, you can do that. Allow the soles of your feet to touch and your opposite toes to touch. You can find Om Mudra and place that right on your solar plexus chakra. Just holding this posture for a little while. And just simply waiting is helpful in this posture. The next thing we're going to do is to lengthen with the left foot and cross the sole of the right foot over towards the left hip. So this will help to lengthen the psoas. You also feel this in the quadricep as well. You can either flex your left foot, or you could just point the toe, or you could just kind of let it be aligned if that feels right. Then we're going to remove our right foot and allow the right knee to fall over to the left-hand side. Now, as our knee falls to the left, we're going to adjust the lower hip so we can still have the upper back connecting with the mat. You can place your left hand on the knee. And just get a little bit of a twist here. Very slowly will unravel. Maybe spend a moment again in Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together. Do any readjusting that you need to do when you're in this neutral position. We'll lengthen the right leg. Take the left foot, draw that towards the right hip. You may notice a difference one side than the other, and that's okay. You can even hook your big toe if that feels good with your 2 fingers. Just aligning on the mat. Taking a moment to just pause and be. And if it feels good, we'll elevate the left knee up and allow it to shift over to the right hand side. And if you need to readjust so the upper body stays flat on the earth, you can do that. Connecting with your breath, staying present. And when you're ready, we'll very slowly draw our knees back to center. And if you want to give yourself a lower back massage, just rocking back and forth or in circles. And if at this time, if there's any final posture that your body is craving, you can attempt that at this time. And in a moment, we will all meet in Shavasana, or corpse pose. So just take a moment to complete your practice. Maybe you want to do a happy baby pose, or a frog pose, or maybe a bridge. Just decide what works for you and what's going to complete your practice. And then when you find Shavasana, you'll make sure that your ankles are aligned with your hips are aligned with your shoulders. If you want to bring a bolster to put underneath your knees, or a hard pillow, a blanket, if that feels good, a lavender eye pillow, anything that's going to complete your yoga practice. And I'll leave you to be in Shavasana while I sit up just for a moment and guide you through the rest of this final meditation. So in Shavasana, with our spine and chakras aligned, we're able to relax fully and connect with the energy around us. So just take a mental scan of your body. Notice without judgment any areas that feel really good, or areas that maybe maybe you need to take it a little easy on, all without judgment, just to notice and to be connected with your body. Continue the rhythm of your breath, staying fully present. Listening to your breath. Find those waves of relaxation that we found at the beginning of this practice. Connecting fully with your breath. And just take this time to honor your body for spending this time in mindful meditation in motion. Slowly start to bring your body back to full awareness. Wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, touching your thumb to each finger, one at a time, connecting with the energies of earth, air, fire, and water. Sa, ta, nam, nam. Stretch your arms long above your head and your legs long in front of you, extending your energies from fingertips to tips of toes. Draw your knees into your chest and give them a hug, rocking side to side or in a circle, massaging your lower back. And when you're ready, allow your knees to fall over to the right hand side and resting there for a moment in the fetal position. Our final resting posture is called Shavasana, or corpse pose, where we allow any unwanted thoughts, feelings, or energies to die in this posture. In this fetal position, we are reborn, ready to lead a new life of mindfulness, awareness of our body, breath, and all of the beautiful energy around us. Whenever you're ready, bringing only the good and positive energy with you, slowly help yourself up to an easy seated position. With a nice long spine and hands at heart center, I invite you to join me as we seal this practice as we began with the sound and vibration of Om. Inhaling to prepare. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May your mind be open. May your words be mindful. May your heart be open and abundant with love. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you.